Welcome everybody to Life with Chris. So I have not posted in a while. It's summer, so now I can kind of post a bit more. So one thing that I think a lot of people need to know with summer, into one school year, begin to the new school years, don't beat yourself up on how the previous school year looked. Don't beat yourself up that your kids aren't doing what the next kids are doing. Your kids are going to grow at the rate that they're going to grow at, and us being as homeschoolers, as moms and dads in this world, we are in a unique position to be able to meet our kids where they are instead of forcing them to be somewhere that they are not. And that's okay. It's actually really good. What it does mean is do the assessments. Do the reading assessments, do the math assessments. Language arts and science, you don't really need to assess those. Those are ones that you can go based off of where they are in reading. That will tell you where you need to start out with those subjects, what you've already covered, what you haven't covered, what you may want to cover. But with math and reading, those are your main two places you want to assess. Once you know where they are reading-wise, you meet them there and you work with them to get them to the next level to help them progress. You do the same thing with math. You see where they are and you help them progress. If you are struggling with being able to teach your kids math, especially once they get past a certain age, it is okay to outsource them or outsource. There are a ton of places where you can get online lessons. One of the reasons why I like The Good and the Beautiful is that for their upper math courses, once they hit like level 3 or level 4, they get lessons to go with, they get video lessons to go with each lesson. So I can work with them with the lesson, and then I can let the video lessons teach them so much. And normally I'll have Caleb do like the video lesson first, and then I come behind it and I do a review. And then from there, and from there I let him go, and then we answer questions from there. But I love the fact that you do have the option for the video to kind of teach them, help them learn it. And it's not very expensive. So mom, don't beat yourself up. Just meet your kids where they are. Love on them where they are. If they're struggling, again, meet them where they are. But don't beat yourself up and don't beat them up because they're struggling. That's what I want to tell you today. Just because at the end of the school year, there's often the idea that we didn't finish this book. We didn't finish that workbook. We didn't finish reading that book. If you're into more literature-based where you're just reading books and going off narrations. Or maybe if the narrations don't look the way that you want them to, which is often a big issue when you are Charlotte mates, and you will think that the narration should look a certain way. And then they should sound or look a certain way. And sometimes it's not the fact, sometimes it's we're doing it wrong. Sometimes it isn't the problem, is with the method that we're choosing. Sometimes it's we don't understand what we're doing. So I recommend that if you're doing narrations with your reading assessment, I would do a reading assessment, but then I would spend time for myself going over what narrations look like, different ways to work with narrations. I think the best way personally is reading the material maybe once or twice and ask, and then I think I was looking at reading one book, and it said that you put stuff on a board. So this is my home office, but in the homeschool space, I have whiteboards up. I have about 3 or 4 of them, 5 of them on the walls. Whiteboard space, and I write the main facts or the main characters from whatever we're reading, and then I let them refer back to that when they're writing their narrations or when they're giving me a verbal narrations. Sometimes I will even ask them leading questions about it to help them get started until they're comfortable. And you also need to be very, very understanding of age. What my 15-year-old is going to give me in a narration is not the same as what my 6-year-old is going to give me in a narration. Sometimes it's going to be different. They're going to give me different levels because their attention spans are different. My 16-year-old may recount an entire 20-chapter book to me. That's the 16-year-old, the 15-year-old. But the 6-year-old, she may only recount like the gist of what she got out of a whole book, out of a whole 20-page book, 10-page book. So, goes to meet them where they are, get a better understanding of narration. In the comments, I will put books that I've read that helps with understanding narration, and then you work with it. I am offering coaching lessons disclaimer, this is me. I am offering coaching sessions this summer for moms and homeschoolers just to kind of help us prepare for the new school year. So if you want help with scheduling and making your curriculum choices and being prepared for the new school year, let me know. I'll put my website in the comments as well, where you can sign up for a 2-hour coaching session, and then you can schedule your time with me, and you can really kind of maybe even get a chance to dig into my library virtually. So I hope y'all enjoy. I know it's a bit kind of over the place. I'm getting back in the hang of making videos and content creating, but I want to give you all of the tips and all of the help that I didn't have 11, 12 years ago when we first started homeschooling. Back then, homeschooling was kind of common, but it was not as common as it is now, nor was it nearly as acceptable as it is now. A lot has changed over the last 12 years. And that's a good thing. I'm excited. I'm happy that while back then I didn't have like a welcoming crew that's happy for me, now I get to be a part of the welcoming crew that's happy for other people that decide to homeschool, and help them have the resources and have the community and have, people like me who've been doing it for a while. It's crazy to say that when I'm kind of in the veteran ranks of homeschooling because of how long we've been doing it and getting ready to graduate our first homeschooler. But I hope you all have a great day. I hope you are blessed, and I will see you probably at the end of the week.